I've been day trading for 5.5 years. I made just shy of $500,000 in 2025 day trading stocks. And my father, who was actually my trading mentor, has over a decade of trading experience. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 signs that you're actually becoming a profitable trader. Most traders look for these signs in the wrong places. They check their account balance. They count the number of winning trades they had. They compare themselves to some social media traders, and they completely miss the real signals that come way before the money does. And if you're experiencing any of these signs, you may be closer to becoming profitable than you think. And if you're not seeing any of these signs, don't worry, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do in your trading to begin feeling them. Every sign in this video is critical. However, the last one is by far the most important for your long-term success as a trader. So make sure you watch until the end of this video. Keep in mind that becoming profitable is not about having one single breakthrough. It's about having multiple small internal shifts that compound over time. And in this video, I'm going to reveal what those internal shifts are. Let's not waste any time and let's hop right into this video. Let's talk about the first sign that you're becoming a profitable trader. You care way more about your execution than your profit and loss. And when this happens, you're going to notice that you detach yourself from your own results and you're actually focusing on the process. You're focusing on consistently following your trading plan, following your criteria, following your rules, and you're focusing on executing them on a daily basis where you don't measure how well you traded that day based off the P&L, based off the red and green number that shows up at the end of every single trading day. No, you gauge how well you traded and your trading performance based on how well did you follow your system. Did you actually manage your risk? Did you follow your own trading rules? Did you trade in accordance to your trading plan? And ultimately, the P&L at the end of the day doesn't really matter. What matters is, did you actually follow your plan? And with this type of mindset, you're going to notice that there's going to be some red days where you finished in the red, where let's say you took 3 really high quality setups. Every single one of those setups failed, meaning they didn't follow through, they didn't continue in your favor, and you finished the day red. But you felt like you actually traded really well that day, where despite the fact that you're down, you feel really good about your trading because you actually traded in accordance to your plan. You took high quality plays, you managed your risk effectively, and at the end of the day, sometimes even the highest quality of trades don't work. Right? There's going to be days where every single trade that you take, even though they're all A+ setups, they just don't follow through in your favor. It's a part of trading. So, there's a lot of moments where I'll have a red day, or I'll have a day where I'm just can't really get going, or I'm break even, and I'll feel great about my trading, even though I'm not really that much in the green. And that's because I don't base my trading performance off my P&L. I base it off how well did I actually trade? Did I trade, the right way? And the same thing happens in reverse, where sometimes you're going to have a green day where you actually ran into a couple of trades. However, you felt like, you feel like you didn't really trade all that well that day, where you broke a couple of your rules, you ignored some of your criteria, maybe you didn't completely follow your system to a T, and you feel like, yeah, you made money, but you didn't really trade all that well. And even though you're green on the day, you're not going to feel great about yourself. You're going to feel like, hey, I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't have a good trading performance and I need to be better tomorrow. And, this is the type of professional mindset that you need to have. You can't measure your success as a trader based off your profit and loss. You have to measure your success based off, did you follow your plan? Did you follow your criteria? Did you trade the right way that day? Let's talk about the second sign that you're becoming a profitable trader. You're going to start to notice that your trading feels boring. And I'm sure you've heard that online a lot, that professional trading equals boring trading. But what does that actually mean? Like, what separates a boring trading system from an exciting and emotional trading system? And I really want to break this down so you understand it, because this comes down to one thing. And this one thing is by far the most important part about becoming a profitable trader. And that is risk management and consistent position sizing. If you have ever felt lots of emotions in your trading where you feel like you're in an exciting trade and your emotions are going up and down, where you feel amazing one moment and the next moment you're in fear, it's probably because you're in an oversized position where you have way too many shares or way too much size for your predetermined risk, where you're in a trade, it's up a lot, you're up thousands and thousands of dollars, you feel excited, you feel greed, and then all of a sudden it goes back down and now you're in the red and now you're feeling horrible, you're feeling fear. And the problem there is you're not consistently sizing your positions, where one trade you are risking $100, next trade you're risking $200, another trade you're risking $1,000. Whenever you start to build any momentum where you have, let's say, 3 winning trades in a row, you immediately raise your risk. And on the next trade, you have, quadruple the risk that you usually have. That is going to lead to a lot of emotional volatility. And emotional volatility is not boring trading. So if you're consistently sizing your positions for, let's say, $100 risk, where you decided, hey, I'm going to risk $100 per trade. I'm not going to go beyond $100. And for every trade, I'm going to size it accordingly based off that risk. So worst case scenario, on any trade that I take, I know I'm going to lose $100. Well, if you know what your downside is before you get into the trade, and for me, I know my downside for every single trade that I take, well, trading becomes a lot more boring because you know exactly how much you're going to lose if it doesn't work out. And you're prepared for that scenario. You've already accepted the loss before you have even taken the trade. So if you're starting to notice that, hey, I'm following my risk management system, I'm sizing accordingly based off my predetermined risk, and I don't really have emotional ups and downs every single day, that's a good thing. You're not supposed to. Trading isn't supposed to be something that where you feel tons of anxiety and your palms are sweating and you're pacing back and forth because you're in trade. No, it's not supposed to be like that. And if you're feeling like that, it probably means you're oversizing your positions and you don't have consistent risk. And always keep in mind, you want to be thinking in R's, not in dollars. You don't want to be thinking, oh, well, I made only $50 today and that sucks, right? Well, if you're risking $10 per trade, right, and that's your risk unit, that's 1 R for you, and you're up $50, that means you're up 5 R's. Like, that's a pretty damn good day, right? And if you're up, let's say $100 and you have $50 risk, that means you're up 2 R's. So you want to measure your performance, not based off the amount of money that you're making, but the amount of R's that you're generating from your trading plan. And you don't want an emotional type of trading environment every single day. So make sure you have consistent sizing. Moving on to sign number 3, you are able to zoom out in your trading, where you evaluate your trading performance, not day to day, but you evaluate it week to week, month to month, and even year to year. Because guess what? If you judge your trading progress day to day, you're going to drive yourself crazy, because it is impossible to have a good trading day every single day. You're going to have losing days. You're going to make mistakes. There's going to be lapses in your risk management. You're not going to follow your rules perfectly every single day. And it's not about having a perfect execution day daily, right? It's about trading well enough week to week, month to month to be consistently profitable. It's okay if you have a bad day. That really shouldn't shatter your confidence. That's what happens to a lot of beginner traders and a lot of amateur traders, where they have one losing day or even one losing trade and their confidence is shattered. They feel horrible about themselves. And next thing you know, they're revenge trading, trying to make their money back. And it works the same way, where if you have a really good trading day or a really great week where you made a bunch of money, you shouldn't feel like you're on top of the world. You feel invincible. And then the next day or the next week, you're coming in with way larger risk. You're sizing up on all your positions and you feel like you can make money on every trade, and greed takes over you. You don't want that to happen either. So you don't want to get too high when you have a good trading week or a good trading performance, and you don't want to go too low when you have a bad trading week. You want to constantly be in this emotionally neutral mindset, where you had a great day, you made a bunch of money, you traded well, good. Tomorrow, I'm going to follow my plan the same exact way. I'm not going to change everything. Okay. And if you have a bad day, you didn't trade well at all, you didn't follow your rules, nothing really worked out for you that day. Good. Tomorrow, I'm going to continue to follow my plan. I'm not going to deviate. Maybe I'm going to lower my risk so I can kind of rebuild my confidence on lower risk. And then once I'm feeling, emotionally good for that trading day, I'll raise my risk back up to the normal amount, right? So you always want to be stable and you want to zoom out in your trading and not get caught up in the day-to-day, because ultimately it's not about whether you win or lose one individual trade or even 10 individual trades. Trading is all about creating a system where you can become consistently profitable off of 10,000 trades within a year or 2 years, or this is obviously going to vary based off the style of trader that you are. But the point is, you want to build a system where off a huge sample size of trades, you become consistently profitable. And whether one or two of those trades are losers and don't work and you didn't follow your plan on those 2 trades, that's not supposed, that doesn't matter. It's about the larger sample size. And that's what you have to trust. You have to trust your system, zoom out, and understand that if I follow my plan every single day, I know over the next 100 trades, I'm most likely going to make money as long as I follow my plan. Real quick, before I continue the video, I have hundreds of hours of free education on the internet, not only on this YouTube channel, but I also have a free 10+ hour trading course that is genuinely better than most paid courses on the internet. It's going to teach you my system, my strategies, and it's going to build the foundation for your trading success. You can have access to it 100% for free in the description of this video. I would take advantage of it. And if you are looking for something a little bit more serious, you want hands-on help, I do personally help scale and coach traders from zero to consistently profitable, where I take my students under my wing and they trade live with me every single day and they truly see life-changing results. So if you're looking for something a little bit more serious and you want hands-on mentorship, you can apply for my mentorship also in the description of this video. Let's talk about sign number 4. You begin to value quality over quantity, where you don't care about catching every single trade or every single opportunity that day. No, you care about catching your trade. You care about catching the trades that fit your trading plan exactly to a T. And you become and feel a lot more selective, where you pass on even B quality setups because they're not good enough and you're waiting for A+ quality or A- quality or A quality, something really good and compelling, where you're okay with missing out on trades because you know that once your setup appears, you know that you're going to capitalize, you're going to manage your risk well, and you're most likely going to make money. And this is very important because a lot of beginners, they tend to feel a lot of FOMO. They feel like they're missing out on every trade. But, for me personally, I miss out on 99% of the opportunities in the markets. I don't really care about those opportunities. What I care about is my 1%, the 1% that perfectly fits my plan, that I know based off my system, based off me taking thousands of trades in the past, I know that if I catch those 1% of trades that I look for, I know I'm going to have a damn good trading day. And whenever you start to feel like you're becoming selective, you're looking for exactly what you want to see, and you're patient, you're disciplined, you don't chase imperfect setups, that's when you know you're right on the brink of becoming a profitable trader. It's very important to develop that patience and that discipline. And ultimately, being selective is extremely important. And my biggest piece of advice is, instead of looking at a trade and trying to figure out the reasons to take that trade, what I want you to do instead is, when you're looking at your own setup, find every single reason to not take that trade. And that's a very simple mindset shift, but that shift will allow you to be way more selective because you're looking for all of the negatives in the setup. And if you don't see any negatives, there's nothing wrong with the play, there's only positives, great. That's when you should take the trade. So remember, quality over quantity. Let's talk about the final sign that you're becoming a profitable trader. And this is when you completely stop looking for new trading strategies and you almost stop watching trading YouTube videos entirely, where you have your system, you have your edge, and you know that if you follow your edge and system every single day, you're going to consistently make money. And you don't want any other strategies or any other, methodologies or indicators to interfere with the system you have built. You don't want to deviate from what's currently working. So as a result, you completely stop watching strategy videos online. You don't care about a new up and coming indicator. No, instead, you double down on your execution, you double down on your risk management, and you double down on your emotional control. And you end up beginning to watch, more psychology videos, or maybe you're reading kind of mindset and more trading books that help you with your psychology and help you with your emotional control and help you follow your rules on a consistent basis. But this happens. Almost every single profitable trader that I know, they don't watch any trading YouTube videos. I don't remember the last time I watched a trading YouTube video because I have a system, it works. Why would I deviate from it? And instead, what I focus on is my discipline. I focus on my execution, and I focus on sizing up on my high conviction plays. And that's, my current focus in my trading. And I don't deviate from that. I focus on what I need to do in order to improve. That's very important. I always say the 3 pillars for trading success is technical expertise, meaning your system, your edge, your strategies. That's number 1. Number 2, it's your mindset and psychology. Very important. And number 3, it's your confidence. And confidence is the glue that puts it all together. Once you have a workable system, you don't need to watch any more videos. No, you have a system, you have an edge, great. It can consistently make you money if you follow it. From there, you work on your psychology and you start watching more probably psychology content. Maybe that's why you're on this channel right now, because I create a lot of psychology videos. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. And from there, it's just about confidence. Confidence in your execution and confidence that you can follow your plan every day. And once you put it all together, that's how you become an elite and lethal type of trader. Well, I hope you found tremendous value in this video. And if you're feeling any one of these signs, or maybe you're feeling all 5 signs, well, great. That probably means you're on the brink of actually becoming profitable. And I highly recommend watching my other videos, because I think my other videos are actually going to help you get there. Make sure you watch my free course. Make sure you take advantage of all of the content that I put online 100% for free. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video. Make sure you leave a comment with feedback and whether you enjoyed the video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.